2-0 to Liverpool at the London Stadium. A massive, a huge win for Liverpool in the context and backdrop of what has been an abysmal season so far. Alexander Isak arrives in the Premier League with a very smart, a very clever finish. Gakpo kills the game off at the end. But what was Paqueta thinking? He now misses his trip, or West Ham's trip, to Old Trafford this Thursday, which for me is great news indeed. But Liverpool, some changes to the starting lineup today. A defender in at right back next to Konate in Gomez. Mo Salah dropped to the bench. Didn't see a minute of game time. And maybe the best performance so far this season, really, for Liverpool in the Premier League, because I felt they were quite comfortable. I didn't feel they were really a threat. I didn't think that Liverpool had any real issues in this game whatsoever. Now, some will say it's just West Ham, but they've been on a little mini resurgence recently, and they still had to get the job done, Liverpool. I wouldn't say it was amazing. I wouldn't say it was the greatest I've ever seen in my life. I wouldn't say Liverpool are back. I wouldn't say the pressure is off Arne Slot. I would say none of those things. But overall, Liverpool deserved to win. It was an important game to get the 3 points in. And the bounce back is back. Hang on a minute. What's happened here? Wolves have gone long with the ball. What Wolves done? Oh, my God. Have they scored? No. Oh, no. They just turned the game. I thought they were showing me a highlight. Wolves are 1-0 down. I thought Wolves were about to score. What's going on here? Oh, good save. Wolves have really been pushing Aston Villa today. But yeah, look, as I say, a really, really important win for Liverpool because there's so much at stake. They've decided for now to stick with Arne Slot. They've decided not to get rid of him. And I think a lot of Liverpool supporters and a lot of neutral supporters, had he been sacked on Wednesday, was it Wednesday they played and lost? Wednesday morning or Thursday morning, whichever was the next day. Nobody would have been shocked. Nobody would have thought that was crazy. Nobody would have thought, oh my God, what's going on? But they've stuck with him. He's won the match. Home next against Sunderland in the Premier League. Can they get a result in that game? Can they start to turn their season around? Some slight adjustments made today. An important win is already mentioned. But as ever, look, I want your thoughts. I want your opinions in that comment section below. I want to know what you're thinking and what you are feeling. Let's go to some of them actually that have come in here right at the start of the game. Isak is the captain now. Okay. We look terrible even though we deserve to win. Look, what I would say about Liverpool looking terrible today is I think we have to have an element of, we have to be fair. I think we've got to put an element of fairness on this. And that is that there is a huge lack of confidence currently coursing through this Liverpool team. A huge lack of confidence on every single level. And why would there not be? They've lost so many games and you could see it in the play. You really, really could. 1 second. You know, you could see it in the play that there is still a lack of confidence. That's why I'm not going to sit here and gaslight Liverpool fans and pretend to Liverpool fans that they were out of this world, that it was scintillating, that it was barnstorming, that oh my God, it's the best performance I've seen from a Liverpool side in a generation. It was not on that level. They were better than West Ham, though. They did deserve to win. I think it was important that Isak stepped up and got his goal today because you could see in his celebrations the relief that was sort of lifted from his shoulders. It was massive. It was massive on every single level. It truly, truly was. Slot out said that was good today. It was good. Yeah, I think that's the right way of assessing it. I would say it is good. Needed a 10-man West Ham to win a game. Well, they're 1-0 up before that. Did Paqueta bet on himself to get sent off? I mean, yeah, I couldn't understand I can't even lie to you. I cannot for the life of me understand what he was thinking, what he was doing, why he did it. So strange to me. So strange. I mean, they weren't in the game. They weren't creating chances. I don't think they had. Maybe they got one late in the game. No, they didn't have a shot on target in the football match. And that's important to remember. That's important to speak on. That's important to talk about. They didn't have a shot on target in the entirety of the game. But at 1-0, you're always in it. One good cross of a ball, one good shot from distance can get you a point. For him to do that to West Ham was crazy. Now, as a United fan, I'm very happy because at the end of the day, he is a threat to a team of our level, especially away from home with the way we play. By the way, Villa, who started the season poorly, now sit in third. They've gone above Chelsea in the league with that win over Wolverhampton Wanderers today. Wolves tracking to have the worst Premier League season in the history of all Premier League clubs. But Villa up into third place in the English Premier League. Massive result for them. And I was saying earlier when United won, same thing for Liverpool winning today. So important to pick up these victories when there's so many, multiple teams above you. Brighton picked up another win today. You don't want to get cut adrift. You don't want these situations to become harder than they need to be. Let's take a look at some more of your comments here. Love how he got sent off. Tommy here says, fair play to Villa. Liverpool finally win a game. Husam is happy, Terry. Well, it should be. Look, I don't even... Listen, the one thing I'm going to promise you guys now, and if you're here for it, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to sit here and ask Ram and ask Tom Little and Sam and whoever else comes on the show. I'm not going to be asking any of them, do you change your mind about Slot? Do you think you got it wrong about Slot? It isn't the time nor the place for those conversations. It just isn't. It isn't the time and the place for them. We're going to talk about the individual game. I'm more interested to know whether they thought they were better with or without Salah. Should be, in terms of meritocracy, they play a game again in a few days. There is rotation to think about as well because you had Champions League football midweek, Premier League game. There's a midweek Premier League game, a weekend Premier League game. I think Champions League football then gets played again. I think there's one more Champions League game before, early in December. So, yeah, rotation is going to be key in this as well. But that's more what we're going to talk about today. We're not going to be jumping into anything else. Do us a favor, please, people, and hit that like button. For some reason, YouTube seems to be playing up right now. I don't really know what's going on. So give it a like if you could be so kind, please, people. Get the stream liked, get the stream shared across your social media platforms. Chills here says, starving for 3 points. Absolutely. You should be, and I'm not saying Liverpool fans should have a party tonight, but don't not be happy you won a game. They keep scapegoating Gakpo, but he will always score or assist. Yeah, he got the assist and the goal today, didn't he? He did. Luis Las Vegas. I haven't seen Luis Las Vegas in a while. I don't know why. There's a Liverpool fan. He's not been around, but he's here. He says, buzzing with that win. I'm taking my youngest up Wednesday for his first game, so needed us to change our form around. Oh, listen, obviously I never want Liverpool to win, but I hope you and your boy have a great time at the game. I really do hope you do. As a Gooner, I don't think we'll win the game. I'm worried. I think that's where a lot of people are right now. They're getting ready for the build-up of that game, irrespective of what's been going on here. Just bear with me a sec, people. I've just got to send out a link to someone who's asking for it. And big up to Sam's community that's over here now as well. I appreciate that. 1 sec. I'm just sending a link out to somebody there, which is grand. Listen to that voice now in a minute. It's good to see more of your comments here. Salah dropped well. Yeah, true. Terry, there are many games on at once. Yeah, I mean, it's the Premier League don't know how to schedule football properly. And I get why Palace had to play today in the earlier game with Man United, but it could have been put on later in the day, as an example. I know most of the teams that have played this afternoon played on Thursday, but they could just do a better job at scheduling football. They really, really could. That you guys are saying? No mo. Loving it. No mo. I actually find that's actually quite good, to be fair. That's actually a pretty good quip. That's a pretty good quip, if ever I've heard one. Just check the lineups. No Saliba. Yep, I hear. Well, Don's got no excuse because Don said it's only Saliba and Gabriel that make Chelsea much better. But he said Fofana is a bit of an equaliser. Fofana starts and they're both out. So Don's logic, not yours, not mine, not every other Chelsea fan, Don's logic is Chelsea have the better team on the pitch and should win. Maresca, don't you dare piss me off. Slap those gooners, is what's been said here. 12 p.m. is pretty early kickoff. But do you know what it is? There's an overlap with games. I'm not a fan, even when I wasn't making content. I don't like games that overlap each other, like one finishes, another one starts. I like to listen to the punditry. I used to before I made content, I like to listen to the punditry, talk to my mates about it. If you're in the pub or at home, have a conversation. I like a little gap in between the games. I don't like the overlap. And you get too much of an overlap. And then you get 3 or 4 games all on at the same time. It's just the Premier League's messy like that. Let's keep it away from the Arsenal conversation if we can, please. I want to speak about the game today. Terry, what were your thoughts on Alexander Isak? Look, I thought Isak was good today. I wouldn't say it was amazing. I wouldn't say it was world class. I wouldn't say it was sensational. I wouldn't say, that wasn't the greatest performance I've ever seen in my life, but he was good. He was good today. I don't think anybody in the Liverpool team, you could argue Gakpo was their best player. I wouldn't say anybody in the Liverpool team today was absolutely astounding, absolutely fantastic. But it's hard to be that good when you're off the back of 9 defeats in 12 games, with the media pressure, the social media pressure, fans demanding, the manager's job on the line. Sometimes it's very, very difficult, which is why if Liverpool Football Club decide to stand with Slot, I don't think it necessarily helps with every setback if it's straight to Slot out all the time. You've made your point. Now get behind your team irrespective. And I think they need that support, Liverpool, from Liverpool fans. They don't need it from rivals. They don't need it from the media, but they need it from their fans. You can see that pressure today. But Isak did well. Isak did well today. That's what I would say in relation to this game. Isak finally broke the Scouse duck. 150 million well spent. But look, I'm not going to play those games. It was his first goal, and I saw some people a bit annoyed with the commentators saying, well, why is he getting so much praise after flopping for the first 4 months and then scoring a goal? Other players don't get treated that way. Well, I'm going to keep my energy the same for Isak as I do all the time in these scenarios. I don't want to see everybody treated badly. I want to see other players treated better is my demand. And I think the media have actually treated them very, very well. Viet's cameoing right now. His class will prevail. Look, I thought Viet's. I heard Jamie Carragher at halftime say he was the best player on the pitch, potentially. I thought he did okay. Again, I thought it was okay in the first half. I didn't think he was world-class, sensational, amazing. I didn't think he was abysmal. I thought he did an okay job. But what he needs is a run of games. And if the team can have a run of games where they're winning and he can grow his confidence, if Viet's, listen, mentality plays. And Staffy said something to me about Man United today, saying, we came back from behind, but yet, Terry, you say we've got no mentality. We stepped up in the second half and played with more intensity. We were more assured of ourselves. We came with more aggression. That, for me, is the mental side of the game. We started off lethargically, poor, timid. We fought back and showed mentality at the right times. What I'm questioning is why can't we have that mentality from the start? Why can't we have that approach from the start? Liverpool, I get why them and their players are struggling, because there's a low of confidence because of all these defeats, because of all these setbacks. If they can build up some wins and the likes of Viets and Isak can get their confidence back, which is the mentality part of the game, I think you'll see a different level of Liverpool. I really, really do. Questioning. There we go. I got it right. It's got to speak so quickly. Right, I'm bringing out Husam and Ram to have their say on the show with me. Let me just move my screen over so I can bring the gents out. Welcome back to the show, gentlemen. Important win for you guys today. And break it down for me. I'm going to go to Sam first.
Break it down. I think first of all, defensively, so much better, so much more compact, so much more smart in the way that we defend. I think is very important. I think Joe Gomez today, welcomed performance by Joe Gomez. I think he just had a great performance for me, and probably, I give credit. I know you work with Callum. Callum has been calling for Joe Gomez to start right back for the longest, to be honest with you. So massive credit to Slot for doing that, because I think that made a massive positive impact to us. Konate, you've heard me last time I said he's been scapegoated by the fan base over Virgil, but I think he had a very good game, very good performance today for me. Ibrahima Konate was solid, and we controlled the game. We defended really well. We applied ourselves really well. One of the combinations that I've spoken about before is Wirtz and Isak, and they both look so good with each other, which I think is very important to continue that combination. because I think they occupy different spaces, which is important. Isak's finish, last time I saw a finish like that's probably Sturridge and Suarez. We haven't seen that finish. Like even Firmino, he's not really the best finisher, so we haven't really seen.
He could do it. Firmino could do it. You know what I mean? Let's not do that.
Firmino is better as a jugador, but not really a finisher like that. But I think very important for him to get his confidence. I love the performance that we had today, for the most part. I get what Terry's saying because our standard is so low right now. We're starving, like in terms of like we see a little bit of good stuff. I know it's like, but yeah, we kept a clean sheet. We defended well. We were more compact, more resolute, more difficult to beat. We put the correct combination of players out there that work with each other, which I think is very important. Wirtz and Isak both look good with each other. I do agree with Jamie that he was the best player on the pitch in the first half, in my opinion, Florian Wirtz. So I think, hopefully this is more form for him. And now it's on Arnie to run back the same team and do these things. We've spoken, me and Terry, before about man management as well. As an example, I hate the fact he took off Isak. I hate it so much. Like, if you want to bring on Ektika, just bring him on left wing. I know Gakpo eventually scored, but bring him on left wing, because I thought Isak scoring a goal, like if he scores a second and a third, he can build up his confidence. He can feel even better about himself, which I think is very important. But this is now just down to purely slots man management, because we got a very difficult game on Wednesday against Sunderland. Me and you both know that won't be easy. So we have a tough test coming up. And hopefully his form picks up. And the club's form picks up and we start to win games of football, because I think it's very important.
Absolutely. There's a super chat here, Ram, that says, and I'll quote it here, it said that we can't, can we acknowledge how stronger we look down the right with Gomez and without Mo Salah? Arnie grew a pair and did what was needed to be done. No agendas. Obviously, Mo Salah didn't start today. He didn't come on at all today. Do you think this is a shift in terms of him not playing, or is this more about rotation because there's a lot of football between now and the end of January?
Yeah, man. I think people saying about Mo not playing. Is it right that he took him out of the team? I argue say yes. I think he was in a bad run of form. If he's in bad form, don't play a player that's in bad form. Let him watching the sidelines, give him that hunger again, and then he'll come back. He'll come back stronger. That's what I believe in. But did we look better on the right hand side? I say arguably our worst player today was Szoboszlai, because he looked a bit uncomfortable on the right. He just didn't look. He didn't look like the same guy. He just looked very uncomfortable. He always tried to invert, try to go into the middle of the pitch. He just didn't look right. It didn't look right. So whether we looked outstandingly better without him, I disagree. I think we looked better because Wirtz was now the main guy. Everything was flowing through Florian Wirtz. But to say that we looked in miles better because Mo wasn't there. Mo wasn't there is a bit hyperbolic in my opinion. I will say Joe Gomez being on the pitch, having that physicality and pace and power which is needed in this today's game was so handy. Was so handy. At every point they tried to go down that right hand side, it was just getting locked off, because Ibu was covering and then Joe Gomez would also do his defensive work. The only time they actually tried to make anything happen was down their right-hand side. So for me, Mo not being there is not going to be a big issue. But overall, if you're talking about the game itself, fantastic. Isak got a great finish, a very, very incredible finish right in the bottom corner. But it's relief. This game is just pure relief. We needed a win. We needed to stop the rut. We've got the win. We just need to take these small wins and build on from there.
Well, I was just looking at something as well with Mo Salah being out the team today. I think I wasn't aware of this until I looked after the super chat, including today's game. So from today, Liverpool play 5 games in 14 days.
Yeah.
5 games in 14 days. So today, and then it's Sunderland, then it's Leeds, then it's Inter, then it's Brighton.
We have to travel to Inter as well, I think.
Yeah, and you're traveling to Inter, and then you do get a 7-day gap between the Brighton game and going away to Tottenham as an example, and then there's a 7-day gap between that and your game against Wolves. But at the end of the day, a player of Salah's age cannot be starting 5 games in 14 days. it just isn't going to happen. And I think that's where rotation is going to come in. And today was just, maybe if he'd have beaten PSV and beaten Forest, he would have also been dropped for today's game, because what you did today was show that West Ham are still a struggling team. West Ham is still a relegation candidate. And you demonstrated that today, because they didn't have a shot on target. They've had maybe their new manager bounces over and a bit more reality is about to set in. So I think people might be doing a little bit too much with the Mo Salah situation in terms of, he's been dropped, he's out the team, he's finished. I reckon he stars at least 2, if not 3, of your next 4 games.
Yeah, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. If he doesn't play, he's going to get criticized. If he does play, and then worst case scenario, he picks up a little knock, then he gets criticized again, because like, why are you playing a player that's getting injured all the time? Like, why don't you give him a rest? It's just damned if you do, damned if you don't. If whatever agenda you're sitting on, if you don't play him, he still fits the agenda. If he does play and something happens, he still fits the agenda. So
that's my thing, and I'm glad you both said it. I don't think Mo being dropped just magically made us better. I think it's so much more than that. I think it's the fact that we defended better as a team. It's the fact that Wirtz and Isak were with each other. Terry will vouch. I've said this 100 fucking times. If you want to go with last season's midfield, just go with Ektik in front of them. If you want to go with Wirtz, just put Isak in front of him, because he needs a striker to play with. I think I've said this probably 100 million times on this channel. So that combination worked. And by the way, you see the whole inverting stuff? Gomez today did it really well, because he's naturally a centre back as well.
So like Kirkes.
And Kirkes didn't invert, you see? So that's what I'm saying. It's not just a matter of, guys, we put more of the team and suddenly it's not. That's just stupid football conversation. So for me, I think it's so much more than that. It's about the team effort. And it's about the players as well, giving it their all, which I think, credit to Curtis Jones, he called out in his interview last time. He was like, we're not even running off the ball. And today they were running off the ball. They're giving the effort, which is important.
And I agree with that. And what Curtis Jones said midweek was so important, because I'm an advocate of not always putting all the blame on a manager. And my view is this: I never needed a good boss at work for me to work hard. I didn't need the right coach for me to train to the best of my ability when I was in part of Team GB. Never did.
Yeah.
So I am someone that rejects that notion of, I can't work hard unless I really, really like my boss or agree with everything he or she says. I think, no, you fucking idiot. Get your head down and at least work hard. You saw United today. If you watch Man United's games, people are telling me today there's no mentality issue because we came from 1-0 down. I'm telling you, we were 1-0 down because we didn't have the right mentality to begin with. These things are just beyond ability. There is another super chat here, which I think is really key as well, because I do think he had a very good game today. And that's a shout out to Joe Alexander Gomez, back at right back after being frozen out, and was immense with these runs and dangerous crosses that led to a goal that could have been 2 more. More of this and no more Soboslai at right back. I will say this as well. The midfielders can sometimes do that role. But I remember Klopp going through that period where you had some injuries and he was playing these centre-backs, his midfielders as centre-backs. And when he eventually went, do you know what? I'm going to put the academy centre-backs at centre-back and put my midfield into midfield, you suddenly improve. Sometimes I think all head coaches do. I've got, we've seen Pep do it. Fergie's done it. Sometimes you galaxy brain it and do something weird. Just put players as close to their natural positions as possible, and you generally see an improvement. You've got Gomez back there, but I think Gomez is also where I'd give him a big shout out today. Is there was no, well, fuck you for not playing me, I'm gonna have a bad game. It was, I'm gonna show you were wrong. It was a professional approach. He went and gave his all for Liverpool. He played with his heart on his sleeve. There was no, I needed motivation. I haven't been played recently. There was no rustiness either. No rustiness whatsoever from him. He looked very, very good indeed. I wanted to ask you boys a little bit about Isak as well. What did you make of his overall performance today?
I'm alive watching that performance right there. Finally, you got me. That's what we've been waiting for. In the first half, he missed a chance right in front of a goal, and I'm like, oh, fuck off. Why always us, man? And then he scores that second one in the second half, which is even more difficult finish. Wirtz initiated that whole moment as well, so it makes it a lot better. Gakpo, very good pass as well to Isak, and Isak with a great finish. And it's just a pure striker's finish, which is something, like I said, we haven't seen probably since the Sturridge and Suarez days. I think it's important to acknowledge that. So for me, I just want this form to pick up, man. Sunderland at home on Wednesday. He needs to score again. The problem is, Terry, we cannot, because we have been abused this season on the football pitch, we can't make grounding statements. We can't make mad statements. I'm incredibly happy he scored this first Premier League goal, but we need more, you know, like we need this Wednesday again. Same thing. We need goals. We need consistency. So, yeah. We're in top half of the table, baby. We're gonna win the league. Let's go.
I know.
The funny thing with that Isak chance, because I was doing a watch along with Drifty, and I think like a couple of minutes before he scored, we were slaughtering him because he wasn't getting. Because I think Florian played a ball into the box and he wasn't able to get there because he was too busy fighting Mavropanos. And then all of a sudden, 2 minutes later, this guy ends up popping up with a fantastic finish. And that's the thing, man. We just need this guy to score goals. We brought him into the team. We paid the record money to get him to score goals. We created chances today. He had his opportunities. He took one of them. We just need to do more of that, man. We really need to do, and we'll see the best of him as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, listen, I agree. I think that the finish shows what his class is about. I've refrained from going in on him. One, I didn't want to upset the football gods. And two, writing him and Wirtz off so early. One, I'm not doing it to my own new signings, so I'm not going to be a hypocrite and do it to other people's. And two, I'll be blunt about it. I don't want when he comes good, Isak, I don't want all these clips of me out there of him saying he was a flop and awful and never going to make it, because I think all of those conversations are a gargantuan exaggeration, a gargantuan exaggeration. I really do. This comment here says, if Liverpool wins a piece of paper, a giant crayon.
Basically, we won't win anything, but that's what he's saying.
Oh, Rob, I love you, bro. I don't get it, though. I don't get the joke.
Champions League never rule us out, but yeah, Prem is, of course, done.
I mean, he won't know, bro. He's never seen his team win it, bro. Just saying.
He is an Arsenal fan, it's true. Gomez was good today because he had supports from Kanate, Soboslai, and Wirtz. When the team works hard, the fullbacks look good.
No, Gomez was good today because Gomez was good.
Yeah.
No, because Gomez himself was good, because Gomez locked up that side. He locked up the left back in Diouf, and he locked up the winger as well. I think it was, I forgot who they had playing.
They literally stopped going down that left hand side and tried to go down that right because they weren't getting any joy because he was stopping them. Him and Abu worked well together. You got to give him credit, man.
No, I hear that. I would. Look, people, only a short match reaction, because I know that everybody is just building up for this massive game kicking off in a few minutes' time.
Right here as well.
Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of the same because this is like the game's important, but then there's the Football Terrace community, because Don said, and Sam was there with me, Don said Fofana is on par with Saliba
and with Saliba. Yep.
Yeah, he did. Now, but he said that it's Saliba and Gabriel that make them so much better than Chelsea. They're both out and Fofana plays. I've said all week, I predicted a 2-1 Arsenal win. If I knew Saliba was out, I would have gone, and I'm changing my prediction now, so that's live on the air. I'm going with 2-2 now in the game. However, based on Don's logic, he's already predicted a win. There can be no excuses now, because the two guys that make them better than Arsenal, but make them better than Chelsea, are out, and the guy that levels it is in for them. So this is Don. I'm not calling out any other Chelsea fan. For Don only, it's a must win.
Terry, watch how he says.
We'll quote Don. Chelsea must. But look, I'm going to redirect you guys over to Husam's watch along. We're live at full time, so get yourselves back here. Go and support Don right now while he's live. Take care. Goodbye. That's Don Husam, not Don Chelsea Don. Don Husam right now. Take care. Goodbye. God bless, and we'll see you soon.